welcome to Seacliff Story Time in Brooklyn. And in our audience today, we have Molly and Alice. And they're very enthusiastic, so every now and then you might hear from them. All right, let's begin. The name of the story is The Little Fur Family. It's such a great story. There was a little fur family as warm as toast, smaller than most, in little fur coats, and they lived in a warm wooden tree. The little fur father said good morning one day, and he put on his hat and he went away out into the little fur world. The little fur mother bathed her fur child, and off he went to play in the wild wood where they lived. It was a wild, wild wood, and wildflowers grew all over the ground, and wild nuts fell from the wild nut trees. And the little fur child's nose, well, tickled his nose and made him sneeze. Ka-choo! That sneeze woke up his grandpa, who lived in a hollow stump. And grandpa came walking, thump, thump, thump. And he walked out of his hollow stump and said, "Bless you, little grand fur son, every time you sneeze. Ka-choo! Bless you," said the little fur child. "Well, thank you," said his grandpa. And then the old grandpa went thump, thump, thump and walked back into his hollow stump. And the little fur child, she went through the dark and sunny woods until he came to a little river full of fish. Well, the fish didn't have any fur and they didn't have any feet, and they swam around under the river. And the little fur child watched them for a long time. He reached in the river and he pulled out the fish and he looked at it. Ka-plunk! He threw it back in the river. He reached up in the air and he caught a flying bug. He held it in his hand and he looked at it. The bug didn't have fur. It was shiny and it had little wings. Then, he threw it back into the air. Then he caught a tiny, tiny fur animal. Oh, it was the smallest, littlest fur animal in the world. It had warm, silky fur and a fur nose. He kissed it right on its little fur nose, and he gently put it back in the grass. And the little tiny, tiny fur animal, he ran down a hole in the ground. Well, the sun went down beyond the river, and the sky grew wild and red, and the little fur child turned around and ran for home. And just as the darkness got very dark, he bumped into his big fur mother, and she took her little fur child home in her arms and gave him his supper. And then his father, who put him to bed, they tucked him in bed all soft and warm. And they held his paw and they sang him a song. Molly's going to sing a little song.
Sleep, sleep, our little fur child, out of the windiness, out of the wild. Sleep warm in your fur all night long. In your little fur family, this is a song.
The end.
The end.
The end. Thank you very much, Molly. That was beautiful. Thank you. All right, everybody. I think we have a birthday. The birthday person might be Rafi. We don't know. Will she have chocolate or vanilla? I'm going to get the counts in. The votes have to be counted. All right, for chocolate, Molly, Alice, and Jolene. The Tennessee cousins are Nora, Jack, Jackson, and Cole. On the Philadelphia people are Nora and Carson, Graham, Audrey, and Lila from Brooklyn. Oh, and the Marblehead people, Maeve, James, and Anna, and their little cousin from Roosevelt Island, Harry. Oh, Bevy and Ben and Henry and B. Okay, those are chocolate. Vanilla will be Christopher and Joseph, Maya and Harris, Malia, Akash, Ruby, Zoe, Sophia and her brother KJ. All right, so it's 8 for vanilla and 12 for chocolate. So it's going to be a chocolate cake. All right, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rafi. Happy birthday to you. All right, thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Molly, for your assistance. It was great. And of course, thank you, cameraman Dan. Remember, we love you all very, very much.